girls. This is Miss Heller with your lesson on character motivations and actions today. This lesson is all about Lill'y's purple plastic purse, and before you go on in this video, you need to listen to the story first. You need to have read or listened to the story. So you can access the story by clicking here, or it is linked in your Google Classroom. All right, so after you've listened to Lill'y's purple plastic purse, you're going to come back to this video. And today we're going to talk about character actions and motivations. Now, boys and girls, you have already learned all about character traits. And we talked about inside and outside traits. Inside traits are what are more like feeling and describing what they are like on the inside. And outside is more about what they look like on the outside. So we have adjectives that describe our character, and the traits also help us get to know them. Next, every story, as you already know, has its challenges, problems, and conflicts, what the character is going through, good versus evil. Every character has their challenges or problems in a story. And next, you all know that every story has a lesson or what you're supposed to learn from the story. The moral of the story, the solution to the problem that the character is going through, all of those things are included in the lesson. Now today, boys and girls, we're mainly going to focus on motivations and actions of characters. So the motives is why the character is doing this and the reasons for the actions, okay? So you might be thinking to yourself as you go back and read Lill'y's purple plastic purse, why is Lill'y doing that? Why is the teacher doing that? Those are all the motives. What drives the character to do what they are doing? Now next are the actions of the character, what the character is doing. So first we had our motivation. Something leads a character to do an action, okay? Something pushes the character to do something, motivates them to do it, and the action is what they actually end up doing. Action words can help you understand the actions. And then what decision does that character make? And oftentimes our motivations and actions can lead to consequences. And consequences is a really big fancy word for what happens after or as a result of the action. And there could be good or bad consequences. And I think you can think of some in Lill'y's purple plastic purse. There are some good and bad consequences. So let's dive into motivations about Lill'y's purple plastic purse. How does this relate to this story? So again, we have the character's actions. What is the character doing? And then the motivation. Why is the character doing that? We have our book title, Lill'y's Purple Plastic Purse, and then our main character here is Lill'y. So, character actions. Here's an example. Lill'y pretends to be Mr. Slinger. There was one there was one point in the story where Lill'y was pretending to be Mr. Slinger at home. And her motivation was Mr. Slinger is a very unique teacher and Lill'y really likes him. So that's what kind of motivated her to act like Mr. Slinger at home. Another example, Lill'y helps out in the classroom. So this was Lill'y's action. So think to yourself, why is Lill'y helping out in the classroom? Pause this video and try to decide what you think the motivation is for Lill'y. If you thought in your head it's because Lill'y wants to be a teacher when she grows up, you are correct. Lill'y helps in the classroom because she really wants to impress Mr. Slinger, and she really wants to be a teacher when she grows up. So she enjoys doing all of the things in the classroom that makes her feel like a teacher. Here's her next action. Lill'y drew a bad picture of Mr. Slinger. Ooh, why did she draw a bad picture? Pause this video and think about that for a second. If you thought in your head Mr. Slinger took Lill'y's purse, you are correct. Lill'y was very upset that Mr. Slinger did that. So that's why, or that is what motivated Lill'y to draw a bad picture of Mr. Slinger. All right, here's her last action. Lill'y drew a new picture and wrote a new story about Mr. Slinger. And this one was a really nice picture and a really nice story. Why did Lill'y do that? Pause the video and think to yourself. If you guessed because Mr. Slinger put a nice note and snacks in her purse and she felt very sorry about it, you are correct. Well, boys and girls, that is the end of our lesson here. Go on to the next slide here, and you have 2 videos to watch about character motivations and actions. And I hope at the end of these videos you feel like an expert. Have a great day.